Welcome. In today's presentation, we are going to learn more about the English press. These are the contents of the video. First, I will explain the different sections that we can find in the English newspapers and magazines. In the second place, we'll see the characteristics of the language that we may find in English newspapers, and specifically in the English headlines. In the third place, we will discover some of the most well-known newspapers in the UK. Let's start with the first point. The most typical sections that we can find in the English newspapers and magazines are the following. The leader or editorial. It is an article giving the newspaper editor's opinion. The supplements. They are separate magazines included with the newspaper. The weather forecast tells you what's the weather like in your area. The agony column. It is a section in a paper or magazine that deals with readers' private emotional problems. The feature, which is an article or set of articles devoted to a particular topic. The classified ads. They are pages of advertisements in different categories. Now that we know all about the sections, it's time to discover the characteristics of the language used to write headlines. In the UK, headline writers try to catch the reader's eye by using as few words as possible. This means that grammar words like articles or auxiliary verbs are often left out. For instance, early cuts, forecast in interest rates. Besides, a simple form of the verb is used, as we can see in the headline, Queen opens hospital today. And usually, the infinitive is used to express the future. We can see an example in the headline, President to visit France. In order to catch the reader's attention, English headlines also use a lot of specific vocabulary. The English prefer words that are shorter and sound very dramatic. You can see some examples in this chart. Notice that they would write blaze instead of fire or pledge instead of promise. And where can we read these headlines? Well, UK newspapers can generally be divided into two categories. The more serious are intellectual newspapers, and they are broadsheets or quality papers. On the other hand, the popular press, which tends to focus on celebrities and human interest stories, are the tabloids. Some of the most famous British newspapers are the Daily Telegraph, The Guardian, and The Times. And some of the most famous tabloids are The Sun, The Sunday Mirror, and The Daily Mirror. By now, you should have a clearer idea of the characteristics of the English press. This means that now you know everything you need to be an English journalist.